Sejahtera to Madam Zara. My name is Yuki Soren. I'm from DLS 3B. My metric card number is 30DLS18F2047. Today I want to present about business law. Okay, now I want to present about law of contract. Definition of the law of the contract is an agreement between two or more parties that is legally binding between them. There are three types of contract: valid, void, voidable. Valid is an element of a valid contract is fulfilled. A void contract is an agreement that is not enforceable by law. And then third, voidable. A contract will be voidable if it is made without the free consent of the parties. And then there are difference between agreement and contract. Agreement based on section 2E, every promise and every set of promises forming the consideration for each other in an agreement. And then contract based on section 2G, an agreement not enforceable by law is said to be void. Okay. And then there are some cases that define the law of contract. One of the case is case of K. Sarmal, son of Lashman Das versus Valiappa Chettiar, 1954. The head of the case is transfer of land executed under the order of Sultan in front of Japanese officer during Japanese occupation in Malaysia is not freely given and thus is voidable. Okay. It's based on section 14 coercion. Now I want to present about chapter 3 business entities. There are three important content in business entities. They are sole proprietorship, partnership and company. Okay, sole proprietorship is one person is involved in running a business for himself, and then the partnership is two or more persons carrying on a business in a common with a view of profit, and then the third company, business organization is the incorporated company. Now I want to talk about rights and duties of partner in partnership. Based on section 26, partnership shares profits and capital equally and also shares the losses of the business. Interests are at the rate by per annum. Partnership also takes part in the management. Now I want to talk about incorporation of a company. There are three important contents in that. Separate legal entity, can own property entity, can sue and can be sued entity. Separate legal entity, a company is incorporated. The company is a distinct member from its member or its own founder. And then the second, can own property. The company can own property under the company's own name. And then third, can sue and can be sued. The company can sue and can be sued on its own name. Now I want to talk about the case that based on business entity. Case Solomon vs. Solomon and Company. A shoe company had been incorporated by Mr. Solomon, in which he and members of his family were the only shareholders. When the company's business turns to be a failure, the value of the assets and insufficient to pay out both Mr. Solomon and the company's over creditors. The section for the case is section 2. Now I want to present about law of agency. What is agency? Agency is the relationship between substance between principal and the agent who has been authorized to act for him or to represent him in dealing with others. Who is principal? Principal is the person whom such act is done or who is so represented. Based on section 135 and 136, any person who is not the age of majority, according to the law to which he is subject and whom is in sound mind, may employ an agent. And then what is agent? Agent is a person employed to do any act for another or to represent other in dealing with third person. Based on section 135 and 137, any person may become an agent, but a person who is not at the majority and sound of mind can become an agent. So, as to be responsible to is her or him, principal, according to provision in that behalf being in content. Now let's talk about prohibits of agent. prohibition of agent is to prevent its own interest from conflicting with its duty. Agent also not allowed to make any secret profit out of the performance of his duty. What is secret profit? Secret profit, agent can be considered as making a secret profit is an agent deals on its own account in business of agency without principal consent, and he gained profit. The case that defined the law of agency is case between Springer versus Great Eastern Railway Company. Okay, let's talk about the case. The DF agreed to carry the PF tomato from Jersey to Covent Garden Market. Owing to the bad weather, the ship arrived late at Weymouth. Meanwhile, the DF's ferry were on the strike. Therefore, the tomatoes were found to be in bad condition. The DF decided to sell the tomatoes at the Weymouth because the DF felt that tomato could not arrive at the Covent Garden in saleable condition, and the PF claimed for the damages. Held for this the case is the PS was entitled to damage because the DF were not agents by necessity because they have failed to communicate with PF when they could not have done so. Now I want to present about the last chapter of business law, sales of goods. Nemo daquat non habet. Based on section 27(1) and section 14(a), that means no one can give a better title than he himself possesses. Definition for the sales of goods. Based on section 2 of the Sales of Goods Act 1957, goods include every kind of movable property other than actionable claim and money, and includes stocks and shares, growing crops, grassland which are agreed to be served before sale or under the contract of sales. Let's talk about warranty in sales of goods. Warranty is quiet possession of the goods. Based on section 14b, warranty does not mean no noise. It can be owned without any inference. And then the second about the warranty is freedom from circumstances. Based on section 14c, warranty, the storage charges will have to be paid before the goods can be collected. Now I want to present about estoppel. Based on section 21, sell the goods has authority to do so. Example, Alif see Karim take his iPhone and sell it to Misha. Alif did not say anything to prevent Karim from selling his iPhone to Misha. By Alif's act, she thinks that Alif allows Karim to sell his phone to Misha. Alif cannot say that Karim has no authority to sell his iPhone and sue Misha afterwards because he was stopped from claiming. Okay, let's talk about terms and conditions of ownership. Based on section 149, if a person sold the property of others without permission, he is considered as not having the title of the property. Example for the case is case between Rowland and Dewald, 1923. Issue whether the Rowland could recover the full amount of he had to pay from Dewald even though he had used the car for 4 months. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you.